His last start, he lost to the Edmonton Oilers. He is 4-3-2 on the road this season. And for Quebec, Ron Tugnut. As Don pointed out, the goaltending has been a problem for Michel Bergeron. Today he goes with Tugnut. His last start, December 2nd, 7 goals on 30. And there he is with the puck. Robinson dropped it back. Deblois is coming in. Goes in off the boards to the line. Gillis tried a screen shot. It bounces loose in front of the net. Score! Finally, a loose puck rammed home by Deblois. There were 2 Nordiques standing in front of Rudy. They had to get one, really.
Well, Deblois, now watch this. If Robinson takes Jackson to the net and Benning takes Deblois, the score is still 1-1. Now, it wasn't that Jackson scored, but he was there for the pass across here on the road.
I love to see a goaltender going down and getting up so quickly.
Tugnut has 5 of the 6 wins that the Quebec Nordiques have, and they'll think that this young man has a bright future in the National League. He's certainly getting lots of shots this year.
The Kings trying to tie the game, and Nichols lost the chance. It bounced to center. Now Gillis picks it up. Feeds it ahead. Brown didn't see it. Robitaille left it for Nichols. 2-on-1. Robitaille scores! Robitaille, a 2-on-1, and the Kings tie it.
What an atrocious line change, although in all fairness it looks like Paul Gillis was hurt, but he skated right away from the play to allow this 2-on-1, and Robitaille gets his 22nd goal of the year, and a very nifty one at that. And Robitaille, who doesn't miss very often when he gets into this position, has 16 goals in his last 14 games and leads the...
It up. Now put the pass down to Benning. Benning left it at the line for Gretzky. Here's Robitaille. Centered it. Beautiful goal. Robitaille saw his man coming off the point, and Benning was there. Opened it.
And Benning gives LA another accomplished point man. He started the rush and stayed in it on the power play rush, as defensemen are supposed to do. And Robitaille finds him as 2 Nordiques go to Robitaille, and Benning is left all alone.
Coming back is Cirella. Cirella and Forche. Oh, and he hit the outside of the post with that quick shot. Out for Gretzky, waiting for help. Makala's catching up. Here's Gretzky now, handing on to Benning. Benning going, he scores! Benning, assisted by Gretzky, right on the tape. And a high shot makes it 3-1.
Mikko Makala made the play for Gretzky by really chugging to the net. And Benning came from a long way back to jump into that rush, and then with a real good wrist shot, stuck it over Tugnut's right shoulder. But we all have seen Gretzky do this so well. Find somebody that's in the clear. And if you're a defenseman playing on the same shift that Wayne Gretzky's playing, don't worry about how late you might be in joining.
LA scoring play at 3:41 of this period. Benning, second of the night from Gretzky. Here's another chance for Taylor. He scores! Taylor gets one up high. And the LA Kings show some scoring power now.
Well, Dave Taylor, who went to the front of the net after the faceoff was won, fought off Steve Finn. Stayed on his feet, and the puck dropped right onto the Taylor's stick plate, and he put it in. A nice shot by Duchesne. A little too big a rebound, considering that that was a 60-foot shot and in sight the whole way. And then Finn simply doesn't do a good enough job on Taylor. Well, Peter Stastny, one of the 2 great players that the Quebec Nordiques have had, Goulet being the other, leads his team this year in assists, tied for the lead in points, leads in power play goals, and he also leads in the worst plus-minus department with a -20. You have to wonder whether Stastny knows that he's too old to be on the Nordiques when these young kids come around and they have a good team.
Was open. Gretzky again will try to find somebody free. He's out in front himself. The pass went by the LA Kings forward in front of the net. Krushelnyski. Sakic is up now. Centered it. That one is off the goal post. Deblois got the stick down and tipped it, but it hit the post. Here's Sakic again with Deblois. 2-on-1 shoot. Score! Beauty! The shot on the short side by Sakic.
Wayne Gretzky overskated the puck on a four-man rush coming out of his own zone. And Sakic, who was back-checking, got the puck, made a quick turn. Right here. Makela and Gretzky skate over it. Sakic takes a very quick slap shot and beats Rudy to the short side, who I'm sure was concerned about the other Quebec Nordique in on the 2-on-1. Barry Beck played it quite nicely because he made the shooter shoot from a fair distance out and at a fairly unreasonable angle, but a perfect shot puts the Quebec Nordique. But certainly there's been not much in the way of intensity out here tonight. Tony McKegney, who got 2 points in yesterday, his first game with the Quebec Nordique, was traded for the 6th time in his 12-year career, the second stint with the Nordiques, coming over from Detroit about a week ago.
So it's 4-2 now, Los Angeles. Nordiques coming back. The Kings now. Forte shoots. Kicked out. Nice save by Rudy. That was a fine shot. Rudy kicked out the left skate. Robitaille comes up there. Along the line, sets up Taylor. Stopped in front by Tugnat. He stayed right with the veteran Taylor. Sakic, very popular. Why not? Boy, he is playing here in Quebec. Here comes Tonelli. Tonelli side of the net, back in front. Score! Tonelli, give and go. And he rifled it by Tugnat for a 5-2 lead.
Some nice passing by the Kings, but some absolutely atrocious defensive pass right here. Joe Cirella, a guy who's played a lot more games than a lot of defensemen in this league, ought to have stayed with Tonelli after he made the pass, and this game would still be 4-2. Now there are the numbers. The good news is Stastny's second. The bad news is he's 650 miles behind Gretzky.
And counting. Nice. LA coming close on that last rush. Here's Gretzky again, tipping it on over the line. Gretzky going off, but he saw the puck. Got it back to Nichols. Nichols going in, score! How about that? Gretzky was going off and said, oh my, what's this? My puck again.
And once he saw that his pass sprung a couple of his teammates, he took a quick left turn on the way to the bench and got back in the play. And Bob, if Wayne Gretzky's teammates had been at all sharp today, he would have at least 10 points. He's made a dozen great passes to put one of his fellow teammates in the clear. Here it is. He's on the way to the bench, turns and makes that pass to get the 2-on-1, and then Bernie Nichols makes it easy for Luc Robitaille to stick it in the net and give the Kings a 6-2 advantage. Well, Joe Sakic is the only, or one of the only bright lights on this Quebec team. He leads his team in goals, and he's tied for the lead in points. 4 points yesterday, and in the last 14 games, or 15 games counting this one that's 10 minutes from being over, he has scored 20 points. So Wayne Gretzky with 3 assists, and now keeps his 15-point assist streak going with 4 goals and 32 assists in the last.
Well, while we were admiring the show by Gretzky this afternoon, Deblois gets the second goal this afternoon. And the crowd silenced by these LA Kings and Gretzky and all come to life for just a minute.
Deblois gets the second goal of the game. And while I was extolling the great abilities of Wayne Gretzky with 37 seconds to go and tied it, so maybe we better not write him off yet.
Robitaille behind the goal. All the way along the boards to the blue line again, but he got the pass to Taylor, waiting, scores! Taylor going through the legs of Tugnat. But a nice bit of work by Robitaille to put it out of reach now, Harry. 7-3.
Well, another goal that was very good, but he knew that there was a player in front of the net. Taylor actually had a 2-on-1, and you see Bernie Nichols right there. And Taylor, who's only had 1 goal in the 20 games, in a 20-game stretch. And, of course, the maestro, he wants the assist on the hat-trick goal.
There's Gretzky coming over the line again, trying to set it up for somebody. Might be Benning. Might be Nichols. Tugnot got his hand up. 5 seconds left. Nichols, one last chance, scores! 1 second left, and he drilled it home.
Now, I wonder whether Gretzky's going to get an assist on that. If he is, it's his 1900th NHL point. If he did, it would be an assist that wasn't the kind of a one that he usually gets it by putting the guy in the clear. But he may have got the puck around the Robitaille here. If he did, and he joins the 1900 points club. Yes, he got an assist on it, Coley, and we're fortunate enough to see him pass another milestone.
Wow. 8-4 is the final score on that last goal by Bernie Nichols at 1959. What a bullet it was, too.
Well, you know, the Quebec-Nordiques cannot play such a passive game against the high-scoring LA Kings. I mean, this looked like a friendly scrimmage some afternoon when there's not a game for 3 days, as far as both teams are concerned, for that matter, but especially Quebec. And they stood around and admired about 5 or 6 of the 8 LA goals. The LA Kings head to Montreal tomorrow, where
Quebec-Nordiques this afternoon at Le Colisée, Quebec City, by a score of 8-4.